Hello everyone, my name is Xandierious and welcome back to another Magic Arena video. In this video, I have decimated my wildcard collection on a homebrew that, might be based sort of off of some things that I've seen. I made a Mardu mid-range deck. It's kind of maybe more like an aggro deck, but let's check this out. So, it's still in the works. Originally, I had two Aurelia in the sideboard, but we'll get to that. We will start with the main deck. The main deck, I run 2 Hunted Witness, 4 Footlight Fiend, 4 Hero of Precinct 1, 4 Cruel Celebrant, 2 Dreadhorde Butcher, 3 Fireblade Artist, 2 D-Spark, 2 Midnight Reaper, 3 Judith Scourge Diva? Yeah. English and all, 3 Mortify, 2 Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord, 1 Angrath Captain of Chaos, 2 Heroic Reinforcements, and 2 God Eternal Bontu. And here's the mana base. It's not refined. I have a combination of a tap, a shock / check land. So I have 3 of each special lands. Some are 2 of the check, some are 2 of the shock. And then the rest is basic, which, let me go into this mode because I don't like how many plains there are and I need more mountains. So maybe just an even split will work better. Going into the sideboard, instead of having the Orzhov Enforcer and the Venerated Loxodon, I had 2 Aurelia. She felt kind of out of place. And these two, while the Orzhov Enforcer is just in here for the lifelink, I wouldn't have the Enforcer part of the deck at all. But I don't have any more Venerated Loxodon. And I could craft another, but I'm not sure if Loxodon's the way I want to do. Basically, I looked at this deck. And if you look, 1 defense, 2 defense, 2 defense, a lot of 2 defense and 1 defense, all the way through. Bontu, I almost said Gontu again, obviously being the standout. And Loxodon would be a standout. Seraph for the scales would be a standout. Let me just go through the sideboard as it is. 1 Orzhov Enforcer, 3 Elder Spell, 2 Angrath's Rampage, 1 Light Up the Stage, 2 Mayhem Devil, 2 Deafening Clarion, 2 Seraph the Scales, a Cleansing Nova, and a Venerated Loxodon. Now, while me having my creatures die is not a big deal because they do damage, and I got a lot of afterlife, a lot of tokens left over, having stuff like Deafening Clarion to counter wipe the aggro, or just give my creatures lifelink and just get a huge push going. Seraph is for the afterlife plus a flyer, plus Seraph is just cool. Nova could be a creature wipe, but more often than not, I'm putting in as a enchantment artifact wipe if I need it. Now, the Venerated Loxodon, or I've also thinking of, what is it? Heroic Reinforcements? Is that it? Is that the one that can put a +1 on all my creatures? Maybe. Anyway, I was thinking, how do I build this deck to not lose against Cry of the Carnarian? Cry of the Carnarian, if you don't know, is 2 black and a colorless. All creatures get -2/-2. Exile all creatures in all graveyards that were put there from this turn. So basically, someone can Cry Carnarian my deck, and they can, instead of my creatures dying, they go into exile, so none of the dying abilities trigger. So stuff with Dreadhorde Butcher, Cruel Celebrant, the Fireblade, he doesn't really have one, but Judith, for example, none of those would trigger. None of the Afterlife would trigger. The Hunted Witness wouldn't trigger. This just destroys the deck. And how I've been trying to think of mitigating that is with +1/+1 counters. Venerated Loxodon does give the +1/+1 counters, and if I'm on the play on turn 3, if I got a creature turn 1, at least 1 creature turn 2, and then a 3rd land on turn 3, I can Venerated Loxodon. and then Cry of the Carnarium will not totally sweep away my board. So I'm wondering if I should squeeze in 4 Venerated Loxodon between main board and sideboard. I also am not sure if I want the Tithe Taker in the deck. Tithe Taker being a 2 for a 2/1 Afterlife 1 creature that makes spells my opponent cast cost 1 more extra and abilities cost 1 more extra as long as it's my turn. That gets around things like Settle the Wreckage coming in on tempo, and it can really mess up Vraska's Contempts and Cast Downs and Moment of Cravings, and then it has Afterlife on top of that. So I'm still messing around with it. If I fit in another 3 Loxodon, I'd probably take out the Light of the Stage, obviously the Enforcers here because I just needed a spot to fill, and I'd probably take away the Mayhem Devil. And then if I were to fit in the Tithe Takers, I'd probably take away another Mayhem Devil and maybe an Elder Spell, maybe. I'm not sure what else I'd take away. I could take away maybe the Angrath, but I do like the idea of having my creatures get Menace. It's closed out so many games. It's really a tough one, and if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. But Loxodon is kind of my fix for that. So, with that said, we're going to go into a ranked match or 2, and then I might try a best of 3 or 2. If today's a longer video, it's no big deal. I really want to showcase this deck and maybe the evolution of this deck because this deck is amazing and I want to get it more refined. So let's go into a couple games and see what happens. Alright, this hand looks fine. I should be able to get my colors down within the first 2 turns. And then I probably play the Hero Precinct 1 and go from there. That's a good card to have. So next turn I put down Hero. As long as they don't have Cast Down or anything like that, I should be able to get value out of her. Alright. So we'll do that. Hero Precinct 1. We'll get out Judith next turn and just go from there. Having a indestructible creature can be a pain. Looks like they have the Mortify for the Hero Precinct 1. I'll be able to get out... I might just go for the Dreadhorde Butcher. It's hard to tell. I'll get out Judith. If they attack, I can let it through, and as long as they don't have another creature holding back, I can haste them out. Not quite. Because these are both Rakdos. So I'd need to get a red or a white. Looks like they're going to have a creature held back anyway. I could kill their creature here. And then I could Sorin back Judith, but that doesn't seem like a good idea. I could go creature, creature. So, creature, creature. And then attack with the Fireblade Artist. If they block it with Seraph the Scales, it'll die. And then I can do a bunch of stuff to kill their board. Gotta say, they have a pretty good start. The Sorin is gonna be a problem. I have one as well. Alright, they're on the offensive here. Let's see if they attack with the Pontiff. They got a Gutter Bones out. Looks like they're only going in with the Seraph the Scales. Target opponent or Planeswalker. I'm going to decline that. We get another land off the top. So I could Sorin. What does that do? I could get back my Hero Precinct 1, but then it dies to Seraph the Scales. I could +2 Give all my stuff a little extra oomph. And I think that's the play here. Alright, that's the play, and the opponent gives up. I'm not sure why they gave up. They could have really made me play that out, and it would have been a lot more challenging. Let's move on to the next game, see how that goes. This hand doesn't look so terrible. We start out with the Footlight Fiend into Hero Precinct 1. We have a Despark against some bigger stuff. We have a Mortify. Hopefully we don't flood out and we can get some more other creatures down. See what our opponent's playing, though. Oh yeah, this is the new playing mat. I don't know if I've said this before. If you click on the statue of Bolus right here, you can actually have them fall apart piece by piece and crumble and fall down. That's the, I want to say the Parthenon 2? The big Boros flying, like, castle thing. I think this is Rakdos here. We got the Xandierious hollowed fountain. Has a little Xandierious logo that pops up. And then we got, I want to say this is it still? Maybe not. I don't really know too well. I like this new thing, though. Let's get down the swamp and play Footlight Fiend. Then we'll be able to Hero Precinct 1. Looks like we're potentially up against mono red aggro. They're going to push in the attack, so we'll get rid of the Footlight Fiend because that thing will mess me up otherwise. Hero Precinct 1 is probably going to die in this scenario, which is a bummer, but in case it doesn't, I might be able to do some fun things with it. Let's see, do I see a shock? A lightning strike? A runaway steamkin? Well, that's going to be a problem. Problem I'm not going to deal with. So, I think Despark, it's a target permanent with that gets exiled, mana cost 4 or greater, so I can still get rid of their enchantment if they play it. Here, Precinct 1 meets its demise. And I probably hold back the token. Let's see. Let's show the 3 colors. We'll get out the Midnight Reaper. And I'll throw the token at them. I probably wouldn't want to keep the Midnight Reaper, because they can really leverage it to do a lot of damage to me, and I'd rather they not. They might shock it here, which would be pretty unfortunate because I wouldn't be able to kill the Pyromancer, but I definitely trade the Pyromancer for the Reaper. So they still get their 3 damage in. I get a land off the top. Flooding out. The deck does run 24 lands. I've been wondering if it should be cut down to 23, and that would help with fitting in the Loxodons and the Tithe Takers. We have a Footlight Fiend we can play. I'll play the land tap, play the Footlight Fiend. And they're looking at shocking my creature or shocking my face. Alright. I'll push in with my token because if they kill the Footlight Fiend, their Pyromancer dies anyway. And I mean, I have to keep up the aggro somehow. Alright, so they go face with the Wizard's Lightning. They don't try to save it to use as Spectacle. Chain Whirler's a pain, but it gets rid of the Pyromancer at least. Despark cannot get rid of the Chain Whirler. So that's going to be kind of a problem. We are really flooding out this game. This might be the end of it. If they slap down their Experimental Frenzy, though, I can despark it for what that's worth. Hunted Witness is not going to help me too much, but they can't really Fanatical Firebrand it away. Alright, here comes the Fanatical Firebrand. Maybe? Ah, they're going to Firebrand the token. They're thinking. They're trying to figure out what they want to do. They're in their attack phase, though. Yeah. I'll do that. It blocks the 3 damage. Then they're going to get rid of the token. I'm not sure if that would be the correct line of play, but that's what they did. The first strike still would have killed the token. That's kind of cruddy. They're going to be able to first strike it, still do a damage to me. But I do draw a card. There's the Experimental Frenzy. Here's the D-Spark. Goodbye, Frenzy. Probably made them really sad. Yep, they're going to push the attack with the Chain Whirler. I'll take the block. My creature dies. I draw a card, lose a life. Hunted Witness. Mortify. There we go. I'll play the Hunted Witness. I'll hold the Mortify, though, because I may need it against another Experimental Frenzy. My opponents tend to be top deck gods, so this might not be any different. Pass the blockers. I'll do the block. As long as they don't slap down the Experimental Frenzy, I might just mortify the Chain Whirler and get some life going with the token. They're looking through my graveyard. I'm not sure what they'd be looking through my graveyard for. They're really thinking about something, though. Alright. You gonna pass it to my turn? What you got? I am flooding out so terribly. Alright, so I'll gain my life, go to the damage. They don't kill my token. Alright, end the turn. Well, I'm not going to take any damage from the Chain Whirler, so we're going to mortify that away. Hopefully they don't slap down a Frenzy. That would pretty much be the end of me right there. But I gotta keep the aggression up. I gotta gain some life. Because I don't want to lose to them top-decking Burn. The Fireblade Artist will really help apply some pressure. We are barely hanging in on this. I don't know what they have in their hand that they're looking at my graveyard and holding priority. Maybe it's just a shock or something. Shocking my token with lifelink might be a good idea. Because already I've gained 2 life off this token. That's undone a shock worth of damage. If they kill the Fireblade Artist, I'd be surprised. Because then that shows me that their life total's becoming their priority and not my life total. And if they let me leverage my lifelink creature any longer, it's going to be a problem for them. Oh, another land. Haven't I run out of these yet? Gosh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 freaking lands. Alright. Let me gain that life. It's 8 versus 8, and I got the creatures, and you got the cards in hand. They could just be holding cards in hand. I'm not sure. Yeah, this makes me want to cut back on my land base. Having the lands come down every turn in this is nice, but it's starting to be a pain in the butt. Ooh, they got the Frenzy. We're going to decline flinging creatures, and I think that's game. They should have killed my creatures. Good game, Mono Red. Good game. Not good enough, apparently. Even with the flood. Alright, so before moving into best of 3, I think I want to trim a land and put in a Loxodon main board. And then I can fill my sideboard with, I don't know, maybe I'll put in an Aurelia. She doesn't die to Cry of the Carnarium, so that still meets that requirement. 3 of each. I'd say the Plains might be a good one to cut, or Swamp. Oh, that's a tough one. I'll cut a Plains. No. I'll cut a Swamp. So I cut a Swamp. Gotta move it in like this. Put the Loxodon main board. How much do you cost? 5. You go there with Montu. And then we go Aurelia. If I can spell Aurelia. Oh, geez. Really? There we go. Put 1 in the sideboard. And we're good. We hit done. And we'll go into best of 3. Wish me luck, audience. Wish me luck. Hopefully with the sideboard action, my deck will be a lot more versatile, so we'll see what we get. Our opponent's going to choose if they want to play first or draw first. Ooh, alright. That's a slow hand. I don't think I can keep this. Didn't I just cut a land? Come on, Shuffler. Are you rigged or something? Some people think you... Oh my gosh. I'm going to keep it. Yeah, we got to land on top. I've noticed Arena, you can kind of be... on the light side of lands, and it seems to take care of you pretty well. Alright. I guess our opponent's still... I forgot who's playing first, but our opponent's deciding on what to do. If our opponent's playing like this the whole game, it's going to be a long game. So with the planes on the top, we are going to be able to turn 1 Footlight Fiend, turn 2 Hero Precinct 1. We have the Loxodon, which we may or may not be able to put to test here. It looks like we're playing against white aggro. So we'll get out the Footlight Fiend. Next turn, we probably get out Hero Precinct 1. I don't really see a world where I push the Dreadhorde Butcher. This is extremely hard to grow past a 2-2. Alright. They attack with the token, I can kill the Tithe Taker. They do not attack with the token. That comes out tapped, so Hero Precinct 1 it is. Next turn, we can Venerated Loxodon. Hold back my blocks. I think getting down the Loxodon next turn is a great idea. Another Tithe Taker. Let's see if they attack. If they do, they're in a lot of trouble. So I can basically wipe their board. You can go block, block, and then 1 damage to the other Tithe Taker, and then they get the 1/1 flyer. Alright, opponent. There we go. D-Spark is probably going to get sideboarded out. So we'll do this. Tap, tap. And Loxodon. +1 counters for everyone. Alright, here they come. They're going to flip their landing, which is kind of a pain in the butt, but whatever. It's possible that Loxodon was not the way to go, but it's what I did, so deal with it. Getting out a lot of tokens here. A lot of tokens. Alright. What happens if I Heroic Reinforcement? I got 2 2/2s. Oh, plus I got 3 2/2s plus all that. They can recoup. What can they do with green-white? Yeah, let's try it. Attack with everything. See how they block. They have enough to kill Hero Precinct 1, but that's not a good move. They take way too much damage. So this is turn 4, everyone. Turn 4. And I am swinging hard. If they don't just concede or die, then they're going to be losing a bunch of creatures and taking a lot of damage. Alright. They blocked my 2 strongest creatures, left the rest. History of Benalia. D-Spark. Not good against the aggro. Alright, they're looking at stuff. They can get a pretty powerful counter swing. Ooh, they got a Loxodon of their own. That's kind of a problem. I got 2 Dreadhorde Butchers, but I can only play 1. And I can de-spark their elephant. There we go. Got another human token. Oh, the de-spark tapped my only black source. Alright, whatever. Let's push the aggression here. I still would have de-sparked, but I thought I had enough to play Dreadhorde and de-spark. That shows you how having more stable mana base can be helpful here. Are they dead next turn? Probably not. They don't have a 1/1 to stop Footlight Fiend from pinging them. Dreadhorde comes down with haste. which creates a human non-hasty. Oh, that's game, though. Yeah. Judith will be game. You can make a creature if you want, but that's game. All attack. And then we ping their face. Right? As long as they manage to kill stuff. If they block Footlight Fiend at all, it's going to kill it. Alright? So that's going to be 2 damage. And then I need 2 more to go through. Yep. That's it. That's game. Footlight Fiend to your face, and Judith to your face. And Judith to your face. And Afterlife. Oh, wait, what? How are they not dead? Lifelink. Ah, yep. Lifelink would do it. Attacking with a 6/5. Do I care? No blocks. Alright. And that, I think, is game now. I think for real this might be game. Let's see how they block. The Dreadhorde Butchers they'll do 2 damage each, plus 1 from the Diva. Alright. Let's see if Lifelink saves them. This is not a game for math. Not right now. Alright, 2 to you. 2 to you. 1 to you. 1 to you. That's 6. Plus extra. Sweet. We did it, people. We did it. Best of 3. Game 1. We take it. I'm glad I didn't kill my creature. Alright. So, that's pretty much useless. I don't know if I want Cleansing Nova. Maybe we want a Cleansing Nova. Sacrifice a creature. They don't really have that. That might be good. That might be good. I feel like those will be good. What do we take out? Well, what did I not like? Clarion, Seraph, Sorin, Angrath, Aurelia, Heroic Reinforcements. Probably the Nova. Can I cut the Loxodon? Or do I cut Bontus at all? The card draw might be pretty irrelevant. I'm going to cut one of the Bontus. I like the Aurelia. I like the Seraph, but I don't know if I need 2 of them. Judith was a bomb. Dreadhorde. Maybe. Oh, this is tough. I don't think... Oh, yeah, I took out Cleansing Nova. I don't know if I need Bontu at all in this matchup, to be honest. And then we need to cut something else real quick. I'll cut the other Seraph Scales. And we'll see how this plays. Having the D-Spark should work out pretty well. It did come in clutch against the Loxodon, but it just felt stuck in my hand for the longest time. By the way, if I sound weird, my allergies are going. It's springtime, everyone. It's springtime. Waiting for the opponent. It's the opponent that takes a long time. Sure, we'll keep this. We got a good creature start. Alright, Legion's Landing. There it is. With another Plains. Alright. Let's see. Isolated Chapel. Probably next. We will need to get out a red source eventually. There's the Isolated Chapel. There's Hero Precinct 1. Depending on their next play will depend if I throw out the Scourge Diva or if I Venerated Loxodon. History Benalia. That's kind of a problem. That is kind of a problem. What do we do against History Benalia? Let's see. Next turn they can only attack with 2. This gives me a little token. Yeah, we'll do this. Do I attack? I'll send the Hunted Witness at them and just see what happens. Yeah, probably just 2 free damage. If they attack with a knight, I absolutely block it. Looks like they're convoking. They convoked for an elephant. I mean, Dragon Horde Summit. And then do I play this and convoke for an elephant? Play this. Get a little dork. And then I would need to convoke. Let's see. Who do I want to convoke? Probably you. Probably you. 4, 5. Alright. That leaves me enough blockers for their Loxodon and their Knights. Ooh. That's rough, but the Loxodon can help with that. Alright, so they're just sending out 12. I'll block with my little humans. I won't trade away for their creatures. I like having the Loxodon here. The Midnight Reaper is nice. And we'll enter tapped and say go. We need something to really push us over before we just start attacking into them. Baffling End is going for the Diva. It's unfortunate. Knight of Autumn. Gonna come out and get big. Got some 4/4s. Gonna flip their landing. I think I can probably do this. Block. And then that'll kill that. Get the Hunted Witness. Mortify. Are you under the Mortify? How does that work? Target opponent gets a 3/3 dinosaur trample. Alright. So I can get a 3/3 dino with trample, I guess. Do I want a 3/3 dino with trample? I could play Sorin. I get a token, and then I get to do some damage to the opponent. Well, I know I'm going to play a Hunted Witness, regardless. I guess this gives me more creatures altogether. And right now, I feel like I need that. So, no attacks. Getting Sorin out will be a big push, though. Alright. We'll get out Sorin, and then we'll just say go. I could bring back the Butcher. I'm only gonna bring back the Hunted Witness. Next turn, I can Heroic Reinforcements, and I'm gonna throw Math to the Wind and not even care. I'll probably plus Sorin for the Heroic Reinforcements. That way, if I don't kill them, the amount of life I'll gain will be tremendous. Alright, there we go. Oh, if I had one more. Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do that. We're going to -2 for the Dreadhorde Butcher. Next turn is our big attack. Now that we have a Judith, this is going to be huge. Please don't attack me, opponent. Just make some more tokens or something and shut up. Okay. Here we go. We're going to plus the Sorin. Do the 1 to them. And then I'm going to Heroic Reinforcements, which creates 1 with Hero Precinct 1 and 2 more, and they all get haste. and it's ridiculous, and it's going to be a... Please don't concede. I want to see what the numbers work out to be. I want to at least see how much life I'm going to gain at the end of this. Please don't concede. Oh my gosh, this is insane. Oh, and this one has trample. And the Diva's pumping all of them. Oh my gosh. They can't even kill me on the counterattack. They could gain a lot of life themselves, but... Oh man, all the math is for the blocker right now. They gave me way too much time for this. And if they kill my Soren, I can just play the other one. They're probably going to guarantee they kill Hero Precinct 1. In all honesty, the counter swing will probably go on the Soren rather than me. Because the value behind this Planeswalker is insane. Alright, yeah, they're killing Hero Precinct 1. Alright, let's see how the math all works out. Look at my light. 69! Oh, yes! Totally intentional. Alright, kill that. Kill that. Kill that. And then kill... Yeah, alright. That was just a board wipe for them. That was insanity. Oh my gosh. And I rank up. Look at that. Well, I had to cut a couple games, I'll be honest with you, because they didn't do much and they were just stalemates. And one of them I made like some really bad play mistakes, so you don't want to see that. Yeah, I think I like the Loxodon, and I didn't even come across the Cry of the Carnarium. So I think I'm probably going to be crafting another Loxodon and taking out the Enforcer for it, and it's probably going to get main decked with what coming out? Something will be coming out for it. I'm not sure though. Comment down below if you want to see any deck played or replayed. The Mardu mid-range will make a comeback again, but unless you want to say it like next video, let me know. I have all these old decks. Let me know if you want to see any of them played or replayed. I can update any of them with some of the new War of the Spark cards I have sitting around. But I have some other decks that I will be playing that are War of the Spark based, like Super Burbs, Esper Mill, Is It Spells. I don't know if I actually updated this or not. I have a Esper control deck that I did not net deck for, so and I refined it. I think it probably still needs some more tuning, but you know, whatever. So there's definitely more of this stuff coming. I want to play some other games, get back into that again. I got a new graphics card and stuff. I don't remember if I mentioned that, and it's awesome. But with all that said, thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you on the flip side. Take care, brush your teeth, tell your loved ones you love them, and I'll see you on the flip side of the flip side, which is the flip side of alright, goodbye. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Bye!